If you find yourself falling in love with people for their potential and not for who they are right here, right now, you're in big trouble, my friend. And in today's session, I'm going to explain to you the problem. And also, I want to let you know what it says about you. Because actually, it says more about you than it says about them. You have a deep wound, an insecurity that you actually secretly would like for other people, such as a potential partner, to see the potential in you. This is why you give what you want to get, but it will never be reciprocal because this type of relationship starts from a need, not from a want. You need people to validate you. You need people to see the potential in you. Therefore, subconsciously, you say to yourself, I'm going to give it if I want to receive it, but this is not the right foundation to start a relationship. I'm Coach Goldman, your relationship and breakup coach. And in today's session, I'm going to cover and you're going to learn 7 things that you must know if you fall in love with people's potential. It will destroy you. And I'm going to tell you exactly how. First thing is you're loving a fantasy, not a person. And remember that all of this thing of loving people's potential, it stems from your insecurity and your level of personal development as well, because a person who is developing themselves or developed enough, you don't see potential. You see what you see what you get what you see what you get. How does it go? You get what you see. Yeah, this is exactly how it go. Sorry, what you see, it's what you get. You don't see and you say to yourself, oh, if they change or if this or if that, because you've changed so much, you worked on yourself so much, and you know that what you see, it's what you get. You don't fall in love with people for who they can be, but you fall in love with them for who they are, because you love yourself for who you are, not for who you will be. This is why it's so important to work on yourself after a breakup, and not only after a breakup, but each and every single day of your life. You want to work on yourself to become better and better and better. And there are so many areas in life that we can improve. So many. I don't even know how to start. It can be your physique. Even I work now on my language skills, my English. I need a better vocabulary and all other stuff. My body, I work on like my intellect, like many things. So you need to work on things so you realize your full potential and you love yourself for who you are. When you love yourself for who you are, you will not fall in love with other people's potential, because you don't need them to validate you for who you might be. Because you say, this is me, what you see is what you get, what I see is what I get. If you don't like what you see now, believe me, when you will be with them for longer, it will not work. And like I said, stay tuned. Let's go through the entire 7 and you will realize exactly why. And if I missed anything, let me know in the comments below. And if you resonate with one thing that, or few things that I'm going to mention here, let me know in the comments below as well. So first thing, like I said, you're loving a fantasy, not a person. You're investing your heart in a possibility, not reality. That person might never show up and probably never show up, and you'll be left chasing a ghost. You say, but I believed in you. I wanted to see the good in you. And this is also people that have the nice guy syndrome or people pleasing mentality that they just want to see the good in people. But how about people see the good in you and forget about other people now? Let's talk about you. How about you see the good in you and not only see the good in you and actually work on yourself to become better? So you say you see the seed of good in you, and then you water it more and more. When I started working out, it was right after my breakup, my big breakup, the one that I documented on my channel. If you haven't watched it, go and watch it. The link in the description below to see what I went through. It was a little bit over a year ago, and I didn't eat at all. Of course, I couldn't eat. Now, what happened is I started to see my abs, six packs starts to pop, veins on my biceps, because I didn't eat anything and I was so hungry. When I saw it, I said, ooh, I see what my body can look like. Now I'm bulking. But when I saw it, I said, wow, let me see more. Let me see what I can do more with my body. And this is when I started to go on my fitness journey. And I never stopped and I will never stop. So do you. You must see the good in you and cultivate it to become good, better, and best at all times. The second thing is you become their project, not their partner. Relationships should feel mutual, not like you're their life coach. You're you're not there to build them, you're there to connect. This is why I say it comes from a need to fix. And if you have the need to fix other people, it's actually the need for you to fix yourself, but you're trying to just deviate and take away the focus from you to them, because it's easier to say, oh, I'm working on them instead of working on myself. It exempts you from actually doing the work on you. It's easier to work on other people. Believe it or not, it's easier. Working on you, that's the hardest. But just think, if you work on you, your partner works on them, you come together and you create this beautiful relationship, and you don't fall in love. They don't fall in love with you for your potential, but for who you are, because you worked on yourself so much until you hit a point where you meet them or they meet you, and you say, wow, I can see you put work in yourself. And they can say they will say the same thing about you, because you will be vibrating on a very, very high frequency. So don't look for the potential. What you see, it's what you get. Just keep that one in mind, and it will save you years of agony. Years. Even if you're in a relationship now and you see that your partner can be better, if they are not, that's a massive red flag. Of course, I don't know your specific and unique situation. If you need help, you can book a call with me and we can unpack it together. But I am of the belief that I never see other people for their potential. I will work with people for their potential, but this is what I do. But I will not date someone for their potential, because this is what they needed to do before they start dating me. I am proving myself way before I met the love of my life. I proved myself, and she loves me for who I am, not who I was and who I might be. And likewise, me for her. And you see how that thing works exactly like that. There is no potential, and there is, of course, potential for us to get better, but it's not what holds us together. Big difference. Number three, it's a one-sided investment. You give your all, hoping that they will grow while they stay stuck. They will stay stuck. That emotional gap, it grows wider every day, because you expect them for something they don't even know, or maybe they do, but they don't actively becoming better just by you pushing. This is not how it works. People don't get better by you pushing them. They become better by they push themselves. Number four, they might not want to change. You see their potential, but they might uh, be content where they are, and that leaves you stuck in permanent disappointment. And people never try to change people. You can inspire them, but people don't really want to change. People need to have the desire. People don't want to be changed. Okay, people do want to change, but they don't want to be changed. So they need to make the decision to change, but you can just influence the decision, but not make this decision for them. So if they didn't make the decision now, what makes you think they will make the decision later? You need to love people for who they are. This is I know I'm sound like a parrot and I repeat myself, but this is because this is the truth, and you must realize this truth. Like I said, it's going to save you a lot of time and a lot of agony. Put all of the energy in you, work on you, and if you still see someone for their potential, let me know. You will see, once you work on you so much and you realize your potential, you will say, I want someone like me. I want someone that realized it by themselves. I don't want to push. I don't want to force someone to grow. If you want to grow, grow. Number five, you ignore red flags. Potential blinds you. You justify their laziness and their coldness, their disrespect, because you believe that they will change. Believe that they will change. So many times I believe that people will change, and I coach hundreds and thousands of you guys, and you believe that your partner might change. Never happened. It never happened. It needs to come from them. And I would say again, before they meet you, you meet someone, you need to say, I am willing, I'm looking at you, and I'm willing to take you for who you are now. If you're willing to take them for who they are now, and then you are, working together to become better, fuck yeah, that's amazing. But other than that, you just find yourself a project or you become a babysitter. Nobody wants that. But sometimes people settle for that because they don't work on themselves. They have no self-value, no self-worth, and the work instills the worth. The way you work on yourself and how much love you put into yourself, that gives you the value. And when you're valuable for yourself, guess what? You will be valuable for your partner. This is where you go into a relationship from a want, not from a need. You say, I don't need anybody. I want you because I have so much to give. What a difference. What difference? Just think about, if your partner says this to you, wouldn't you love to be in this type of relationship? Of course you would. This is why you need to make sure that you are content. And if you are content, you will never fall in love with someone for their potential, just for who they are. Number six, you start shrinking to fit their story. You pour you pour so much into their journey that you forget your own, and you actually exempting yourself from developing. When you are focusing on someone else's development, you don't see yours, and you're not focusing on yours at all. You silence your needs, you settle, you shrink. Last but not least, number seven, you should be rooted in love, should be rooted in reality. You deserve someone who shows up now, not in some future that may never exist. What you see is what you get, my friends. I know I repeated it many times in today's session, and I really hope that you got it, that what you see is what you get, because this is just what it is. This is the truth. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. If you need my help, all the links in the description below. I love you, and I'll see you again in the next one.